You know, we're talking about the E40 thing because
definitely can talk about that. I guess, like I said,
this kind of plays into the. It kind of plays into what happened the other night with DeRozan's daughter, where people were upset because she was just screaming the whole time, and people were like telling her like, "Yo, shut that kid up!" Like, "Yo, shut." You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to like cheer for your team. It's another just to scream the whole game. That's what people were saying she was doing. The same thing with E40 is apparently people's problem with him was he was blocking their view, and he's a pretty big fella, and so like apparently the people behind him were getting upset that he was standing the whole game. I know when we sat courtside at the WNBA games, like you're not allowed to stand if you're courtside, you're not allowed to stand like the whole game. You know what I mean? Or you can kind of get up and sit, but you gotta sit back. Matter of fact, they don't even want you getting up to go get your own food. Like they will bring you your food if you're courtside because they don't want you getting in everyone's standing up courtside. You get in everybody's way. It's not good for the game. So they actually encourage you to stay seated. So this is a pretty big fella. I understand people, but apparently he was standing like for large portions of the game to the point where people were getting into fights with him. And then eventually it came to the point where he started getting into it with them, and then I guess they removed him from the game. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't know if it's the same concept as DeRozan's little girl, only because of the fact that E40 said that they were yelling racial slurs at him compared to DeRozan's daughter. All she was doing was screaming. I mean, I'm not sure they haven't come out with saying like, hey, people were saying this and this about DeRozan's daughter, but I just feel like this kind of just goes back to, that Russell situation, well, I can't really say Russell Westbrook situation when he got into altercation with that fan, but it's just, at the end of the day, if I'm paying this much money to be down here, why the fuck is y'all worried about what I'm doing? I didn't pay my money just like how you did, just because I might be in front of you or whatever. Yeah, I'm a bigger guy, but at the end of the day, I'm coming to this sporting event to support my team. So I might not be able, yeah, it might be annoying that I'm standing up the whole time, but I also paid my hard-earning money to sit in these seats. You feel me? So at the end of the day, for them to be that mad because of the fact of, I just felt like it's just, tensions was high. You know what I'm saying? Sacramento, that was being their first playoff game, things like that. So tensions are very high. And then, E40 coming to your building, rooting for the Warriors. So, at the end of the day, it's dumb. It's part of the game. It's part of the game for people to talk shit, but you just don't want to take the talking shit too far when it comes to the N-word or whatever the hell crackerjack, whatever y'all want to say. You feel me? But as long as it doesn't get to that point, it is part of the game for me to talk shit. So I don't understand why these are such a big deal nowadays when people. It's just on camera. It was way worse back then, you know what I'm saying? But now it's just the fact that it's a camera everywhere. So that's the only reason people are catching it. You feel me? So yeah, it's part of the damn game. I'm supposed to talk shit. I'm supposed to irritate you and your team so my team can win. That's what I'm paying to come to the stadium for. So it's just I just don't get these people, man. I don't get it. I just really don't get it, man. It's part of the game, man. Stop being so fucking sensitive, man. It's just people nowadays are so damn sensitive about everything. It's so fucking annoying, man.
Right. That's right. No, that's the thing is, for me, that's what I'm saying. So that's the only correlation was two different scenarios, but the DeMar DeRozan's daughter and E40 situation both started because fans of the team got upset that opposing fans came into their building and like disrupted it, and it's like. All right. I was sure I would have to hear what was being said. I'm sure you can't like threaten people. There's comments that maybe.
But that's why certain things that you can say.
My only thought was, you see how timid like they were about removing him, and he's a big fella. Like everyone came up. It was hilarious because he was like he knew like I'm a big dude. Go ahead, remove me. And then all of a sudden. They brought out a really big dude. Like that dude they brought out to like remove him. I was like, oh, dude, yeah, I'd probably move too if that dude started. But they brought in a big dude. And then that guy was like, just put his hand out and was like, come on, 40, we going. And then like 40 was like, all right, I'll go. But like, they had like 6, 7, 8 guys like trying to push him. Come on, man, come on. Like, trying to, they weren't pushing hard, but they were trying to like tell him to go out. And then all of a sudden, this one dude, I mean, this dude, man, he was massive. Just comes over and puts his hand on. I was like, "Come on, buddy, we going." And you just see E40 turn around and go. I'm like, "Dang, dude! Every place, if you got security, needs to go find that guy, and just hire that guy, man. That's that guy you want on your team right there, man. That's a big boy."
People just not need to stop being sensitive, man. That's all it is. I mean, like you just said, is I'm coming there because I want to disrupt. I'm supposed to disrupt your team. That's what I'm supposed to do. So I mean, I just like I said, it's certain stuff that you can say, but it's just don't take it to a certain level to where towards it's getting racial or your sex is being involved or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever offends you. You know what I'm saying? As long as it doesn't get to that point. But if I'm sitting here saying like, yeah, bro, you trash, like we about to get y'all buckets, or I'm editing what I'm saying, but I'm sure there's cussing and stuff involved. But like I said, as long as it doesn't go elevate towards what I just said, shouldn't be an issue, man. Talking shit is part of the game, man.
All through life, so I know I'm a pretty big fella. So all through life, I take certain, whatever, like I try very hard not to let anyone get scared by me, right? So if it's late at night, there's a lady coming, I will cross the street. That way, she don't even have to worry about whether, like if I get too close, what's going to happen, too late, whatever. I'll go to the side just to let her know, like, whatever. In the movie theater, I will slide down in my chair because I know the person behind me has a hard time seeing, But people forget at games, like the word fan is short for fanatic. Like I am allowed to be crazy about my team. This is a time where I'm allowed to be come out of my shell, so to speak. You know what I mean? You see, I have family who the quietest people in the world. They go to their team's game. Like,
they turn up.
Oh, who is this? You're allowed to, and that's a moment. And people think like, this is still the '80s where people wear suits to the NBA games. It's like, nah, bro, nah. I'm allowed to come out of my shell. I'm allowed to be myself. I'm allowed to say some things, and really get involved. So I think that's missing from the game is people forgot what it's about.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm watching this game live too, boy. That Brian and AD is having a block fest out here right now.
Hey, I always love that Maine comes on every time we talk Kings. I think he followed us because we talk Kings, and we talk a lot of other stuff too. But we talk some Patrick Kane here in a second too. Crossing some hockey. But I mean, he always finds us whenever we're talking Kings for sure. But yeah, I just who knows what was actually said. I'm sure someone's got the recording out there somewhere. But either way, man, you gotta let fans be fans. It's just part of the game. Like it's a different arena from everything else we do in life. And if you can't be a little outside your shell there, where can you be?
I mean, but if you really think about it, Sacramento fans are going to be a little bit more extra because they haven't been there in a while. So you got to remember that tensions are going to be extremely high. And this is no disrespect. This is real talk, though. This is just the tensions are going to be high because they like, man, we ain't been here in a while. We ready to turn up. Yeah. We're going to give y'all everything we got to try to get this dub. So
I was loving watching the post-game reactions of fans. Like they were talking like they just won the championship, bro.
Exactly.
Like I love that energy. Yeah, it was just great to see, like, even though it's like a clear overreaction, like, all right, calm down, Kings fans, like, let's not get crazy, but still, it's fun to see, man. Like, it's just like, you know what, fine, ball out, like, look, have your moment.
I hope I don't bomb his name, but
I do hope this series goes 7 either way, man. Because
I think his name is like, his last name is like Hurtler or something like that, or on the Kings. Yeah. But you see him at the end of the post game though. He was like, "Look, y'all, it's only one game. It's only one game. So hey, you gotta relax." But
I will say this: Keegan Murray got to step up, bro. Keegan Murray got to step up though. He got to do that stuff. I know he's a rookie, man. He's been special. Set the record for rookie 3-pointers in a season. Cool, really cool. But I want to see a little more from him through this series because they need him, man.
Sabonis got to start averaging 20, man. If Sabonis get under 20 one more time, man, I'm gonna be mad as hell. I'm just saying, bro. Like
you, all right, but Sabonis ain't got to do stuff to cover your bets. He's got to do stuff that's best.
But you're that dominant to where towards you can average 20 and 10 though. You've shown it throughout the season. That's what I'm saying. It's like
but he likes to pick up his 7-8 assists too.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind that, but you still got to give me 20 though, bro. You are too dominant not to score 20 points, man. I'm sorry.